And finally, I feel compelled to address this officiating issue that's been plaguing UofL basketball this year. I've seen enough to notice a definite trend, and right now this is my most popular request. And to showcase the info, it's going to take some time, so bear with me here. But before we get started, it's important to note that I'm holding a lot of my personal opinions back for one important reason. As I am an avid fan of the University of Louisville sports, therefore any opinion I give to anyone opposed is going to be viewed as biased and irrelevant. So, to effectively prove this point, I'm going to focus only on the facts and the information provided, and I'll let you, the viewer, make your own decision. Fair enough? Alright, roll tape. Okay, it starts here, during the annual rivalry game between Louisville and Kentucky. UK's DeMarcus Cousins intentionally elbows UofL's Jared Swopshire in the face, retaliating to an accidental bump to the head he took from Swopshire's knee as they were scrambling for a loose ball, which is a flagrant foul, and in the rulebook warrants immediate ejection from the game. Instead, what happens here is a double technical foul is assessed, with Cousins not only remaining in the game, but getting to shoot 2 free throws. Next, UK then gets the ball back right underneath their basket, which leads to another easy score, which puts UK up 4-0. Now, the state of Kentucky will be arguing over this one for years. That's just what the people here do. But let's see what the experts think.
The 19. Seth Davis of Sports Illustrated joins me. I can't believe with those 3 officials, all veterans, a number of Final Fours among them, for them to go to replay and not determine that Cousins needed to be thrown out of the game is unconscionable.
Well, you see how valuable DeMarcus Cousins is to Kentucky, and I agree with you, Tim. There was a situation where they go to the replay monitor. The problem is if DeMarcus Cousins does this in a basketball move, he's automatically ejected from the game. For them, Tim, to assert that that was a combative act, not only would he have to be ejected from this game, but also from the next one as a fight rule. But I agree, it was clearly, in my mind, a combative act. Cousins should have been thrown out.
Huge break for Calipari's team.
And be that as it may, the officials made the call in Kentucky's favor, and that's that. Moving on. Louisville versus number 4 Villanova 9 days later. Cardinals were up by 19 at one point, and Nova head coach Jay Wright completely flips out over a call he didn't agree with and puts on a show in front of the refs. From that moment on, the officials began calling almost everything in Nova's favor, which led to them coming back and winning the game. Now, my opinion here is Nova guard Scotty Reynolds stepped up and played his ass off while Louisville failed to defend him and squandered the lead and eventually the game. But anyone who saw that game or was in the house that night can definitely attest to Jay Wright's temper tantrum affecting the judgment of the refs. More on that later. 10 days later, Louisville at Seton Hall, Cards down by 2 in the closing seconds of the game when a Seton Hall player commits an inbounding violation which should have automatically awarded Louisville the ball. Instead, the official blows the call and lets the inbounder try again, basically like hitting the reset button. Let's get the announcer's opinion.
DB, a controversial ending. It was a 5-point game, and then Jerry Smith hit a 3-point basket with 0.7 of a second left. Watch what happens next.
Well, it's a strange ending. Watch right here. This is the official. And watch his left arm, because it looks like he's going to start his count, which means he's got to cleanly inbound this. Now, after that, the inbounder steps in play. To me, that's an automatic violation. Instead, the official blows his whistle, gives him a restart. You can see Coach Pitino, he couldn't believe it. And his reaction after they failed to inbound, you can see he's trying to say that was a violation. But 0.7 seconds left, and nothing called, and the game ends. Seton Hall wins.
Yeah, if there would have been a turnover, certainly enough time to catch and shoot there for Louisville.
Jumping ahead 9 days later, we have our most recent example. Louisville at number 9 ranked West Virginia this past Saturday. Louisville comes back from 13 down and takes a 12-point lead when West Virginia coach Bob Huggins goes nuts and gets himself a technical foul, a la Jay Wright from the Nova game we looked at earlier on. Now, I didn't have the video proof to back up the horrible officiating that followed after Wright's tee, but take a look and see for yourself what happened after Huggins verbally chewed the official's ears off.
Missoula, as you see, it tries to split the defense. Boy, does that go off his head? I think it went off his head. He's tough. No, their possession nonetheless, 11 on the shot clock.
19.1 on the game clock. Deshaun Butler. Who else do you go to in the clutch? He has 25. West Virginia back on top. Sosa, good penetration, kicks it into the corner. The three too strong. Now this is sort of an amazing call. Mike Kitts is on the baseline as the official. The ball bounces right in front of him, but he ducks and doesn't see it. And Mike Kitts, who is the official on the baseline, I mean, very understandably, doesn't want to get hit in the chops with a basketball, so he ducks, but he can't see who knocked it out of bounds.
Well, I think your partners are going to help you out with the call here. Bottom right side of your screen is Mike Kitts. It's a good call. That looks like it's off Ebanks.
So he's got to get some help from the other two officials. Now West Virginia is sending a player out of bounds. If they are saying it's West Virginia basketball, is that the call?
And West Virginia gets the ball back again due to the officials botching the call, which leads to Louisville having to foul immediately to conserve time. West Virginia hits both free throws, Cards go down by 3, and lose the game as the clock expires. Coach Pitino had finally seen enough.
Tired of the officiating. That's why I'm not speaking. Tired of the officiating. The ball was off Missoula's head with 19 seconds. My kids played their hearts out. They played their tails off. The ball was off the young man's head. They gave it to him back. It's twice now. The Pitt game and that game. Twice now that's happened. Okay? You don't shoot 53%, play as hard as that, and expect those situations. So I've had it with the officiating, so I'm not going to say anymore. Okay, I had it.
Now, about the comment Rick Pitino made, the Big East apparently has some ass-covering rule that permits a person to be punished and fined if they speak out against the officiating. Wonder why. This video was completed in the early AM hours of Monday, February 1st, so at the moment, I don't know if Rick Pitino is going to be fined by the conference today or not. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it's perfectly clear that something shady's going on here. Either that or all the referees are on crack this year.
Maybe they're stupid.
One personal opinion I'll give in a nutshell is that any fan of Louisville who feels the refs have cost us some games are completely justified. I mean, the proof is all over the place. It is my thought that the Big East should step up and address the situation firmly and put an end to all of it. If they just merely assess Rick Pitino a fine and do nothing else, then the NCAA needs to man up and take action, as this is getting beyond ridiculous. But we'll see what happens as the story unfolds. Happy February and have a good week, people. Catch you next week. Might not be politically correct, but that's why they call it the Shoot of the Week. Peace.
Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn.